What's good, my people? You're definitely back again for another vibrations here on the one and only Mystelics reaction, guys. This is where I tend to react to a number of videos taking place where in Dominica, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world by extension, guys. We are definitely back again, guys. It's actually raining outside a lot, and of course, I think there's some sort of thing taking place close to the northern islands, the Caribbean islands, and of course, we're getting some bits of rains, and I even heard thunder. I think I heard thunder earlier this morning, but we are definitely gonna get that vibrations in, guys, and I'm gonna bring you that vibrations, as you can pretty much see what is taking place there. And I think this initiative is a pretty good one by the Prime Minister right there, guys. We're gonna take a listen to it, but there's, of course, you know, how your boy likes to analyze things, so let us take a listen to this right there. We're gonna skip forward.
Calling all fellow nature lovers. On behalf of the people of Dominica, I am.
Before you continue, guys, they could have made that thing a little bit better. Eh? They could have make it a little, you know, more authentic. But hey, they're doing their thing, man. It's not movie stars that day.
Delighted to announce our exciting new Work in Nature program, in which we invite citizens from around the world to live in our nature isle for 18 months on a work-from-home visa. In a year that has been incredibly difficult for millions of people across the globe, in Dominica, we have had the chance to consider how fortunate we are to be surrounded by verdant rainforests.
No, guys, I think that no COVID, guys, no COVID. But guys, I think this is a good thing. I think they actually got this idea from my understanding. I think they got it from Mia Motley. I think that is a good thing that they were trying to do in Barbados, and I think Dominica wanted to do that as well. This video is actually shot in March. Of course, you guys can probably tell right there, March. It was shot in March. And the Prime Minister is also on that board. And I think it's a good idea to bring people in, especially when places were locked down and this kind of thing. It's totally different now. But there's something rather interesting when it comes on to this thing. I will point it out in a moment.
Pristine beaches, stunning waterfalls, and the crystal clear waters of the Caribbean Sea.
No doubt about it. Dominica has one of the freshest waterfalls, the rivers, I mean the sea. I mean, well, sometimes when it comes to crystal sea, you might say, oh, we like the dark sand beaches instead. Or some people might say they like the white sand beaches instead. And of course, the white sand beaches are more crystal, so that's why people tend to go places like Antigua and all the other places. But Dominica pretty much has everything, guys. Dominica has everything. So that is definitely a good thing for individuals to come from overseas and come in. Given the fact that they had to quarantine, I was definitely for that quarantine before you come into Dominica. Right now, you can just come in if you get the injection and thing, and then, you know, things was going crazy. But let us continue right there.
It is our hope that with the rise in remote working, this program will allow us to share our paradise with new international friends who love the environment and cherish safety and security as much as we do.
But I don't really think there's anything. There's a lot of people reaching out to me when it comes on. There are actually two families that are actually coming down who saw my videos, and I think one is in Dominica right now, and the other one is coming at the end of the month. And they've actually seen my videos, and, you know, have taken heed on certain measures because they really like the nature island of the Caribbean, and they want their kids to grow up in a nice little environment, where, you know, of authenticity, so to speak. And of course, they'll be coming at the end of the month. The other one just came from quarantine. They haven't taken the thing, but they did come from quarantine, the family. And of course, that is a good thing right there. So individuals are definitely watching my videos and seeing what needs to be done, what risks are they taking, and this kind of. This is why I'm always authentic when it comes down to my videos, because I want people to get the actual truth of what is taking place. And if you want to come down and have fun, or you want to take a vacation or whatever, or if you want to move to Dominica, that is also a good thing as well, in terms of, okay, what are the pros and the cons of it. One of the pros in Dominica is that you don't really have to depend on buying a set of food. You can just grow your food in your backyard, and you can live off of that. You're pretty much good to go. There are some people actually doing that, especially when it comes down to the unemployment aspect of things. But anyways, let's continue.
Also become involved in some of our local initiatives to help our country become the world's first ever climate resilient nation.
We're still on the world first climate resilient nation, but that was in March. It's rather interesting. They actually had a World Climate Resilience Summit, and Dominica was not invited to that. It was Antigua who was invited to it, which is rather interesting. Why would you leave off the country that is trying to head towards climate resilient nation, but apparently they have not invited you. Why? Anyways, let's continue.
Such as our Gold Green Dominica initiative, banning all single-use plastic and styrofoam containers.
That is another point I wanted to bring up. Yes, they decided to ban plastics and stuff as a result of 2021, I think, or 2020. No, I think it's 2019 they started to ban plastics. But plastics are back, man. I mean, I just went to the store and I have a plastic. They're giving up plastics and stuff, so I don't really know what they're doing as a result of this thing. But anyways, let's continue.
With excellent health structures and infrastructure, and only an hour's time difference to New York, you will find Dominica is the...
With what?
Only an hour's time difference to New York.
I think he's talking about traveling, and only an hour different, only an hour in traveling, but he's talking about our time different when it comes down to the time frame. So I don't think that really matters, but okay.
You will find Dominica is the perfect place to work remotely. We can't wait to welcome you to join us in our beautiful Dominica. And at this time of the morning, I believe it's time for me to go get a dive in the beautiful, crystal clear Caribbean Sea. Come join us, my brothers and sisters. Dominica is the place to be in this COVID era.
But at that time, they were talking about Dominica because Dominica was open and everywhere else was closed. Now, it seems like the Caribbean is closed and everywhere is open. Interesting. But this is not really what I wanted to mention there, guys. Why is her name again? Denise something. Today I found out she's actually the Minister of Tourism, man. Now it's clicking in my head right there. But that's something else. I know the guy who was running away the other day when he was people on Bayfront were trying to talk to him, and they say he was always running away from them. I actually have that in a video where people were saying that. I think it's Robert Tong. I don't know who, but it's one of them, man. The guy before. People were saying that he was running away when it comes to them talking or having meetings with him and whatnot. But anyways, let's continue right there. This is Dennis Charles. I think that's a name. Dennis Charles. This is what you have to say right there.
Charles, Minister of Tourism of Nature's Island, Dominica, inviting you to work in nature. Our Work in Nature Extended Stay Visa offers you the perfect antidote to the havoc and stress pandemic.
Okay, I cannot see that. So let me just cut that short. But guys, with the whole thing, they're pretty much promoting coming to the Nature Isle and working for 18 months. But if they had people actually were coming in during the 18 months and the amount of shutdown we got as a result of this, I don't think people would have been happy during that time to be shut down in their house and stuff, and if they want to go out, go to the river and go to the sea, they come out and work and they say, hey, let me go on the beach and relax, and then we were shut down for a good month or something, or some weeks, and then they had the curfew session going on and so forth and so forth. So it would have been a bit stressful for individuals to then come in a small island that has limited resources and everything. But they're pretty much promoting. This is a vibe right there. I definitely for it. Definitely, I was definitely for it. Quarantine first. Stay up 5 to 7 days. Quarantine. If you clear, then cool. Come in and thing. But because when we were doing this, everything was crystal clear. Everything was crystal clear. We had very little cases when it comes down to these kind of situations right there. But let us continue down there. I think somebody stated this. It would have been wonderful if the quarantine rules were less restrictive for the injected tourists. And that is, let me see what the person say. Thank you for your feedback. We are ensuring the safety of citizens. Thank you for your feedback. We are ensuring the safety of all citizens and residents. So what are we doing right now when you're allowing them to come in now, free up, and things are started going crazy? What was that all about? Anyways, guys, somebody pointed out something very, very important right there. Something absolutely important. And yes, bringing people, it'll help people when it comes down to help the country, bringing monies and so forth, because they get to spend, do grocery shopping, where they rent and and so forth. So monies would circulate a little bit here and there. But this person, when I saw this, I was quite impressed with what the person's saying. But anyways, this is what the person's saying. Can I just add some lateral thinking, across the board thinking on this subject matter? After Hurricane Maria, millions of dollars and pounds were given to support the country rebuild and provide basic amenities for the citizens. I remember some time about this, I think the government was saying about 90 to 99% of the funds were from the government. And it's rather interesting that I highly doubt that is the case. When they were talking about increase, I think they were looking at increasing taxes and this kind of things there. But I think they have taken a back burner on that one, considering that much people are not making abundant of monies for them to be paying a set of taxes in this regard. But they will still try and think it. But anyways, let's continue. Today, 2021, there are still people on the plastics. Of course, if you look at Siri exposing videos, he will pretty much showcase to you the amount of houses in the south of Dominica that are still under tarpaulin. And tarpaulins that are worn out tarpaulins. So that is something rather interesting. Today in 2021, there are still people under plastics. I guess tarpaulin, the person talking about. There are no investments or developments that have actually materialized being made. The airport being an example, the airport being an example. Dominica is actually economically and socially in a worse place than 8 years ago. I think 8 years ago it was also worse than it was 5 years before that. So even 13 years ago, we are in a worse place. We are supposed to be going up, guys. We are supposed to be going up. That is not the case at all. And I dare anyone to tell me what I'm saying is not true. Tell me what I'm saying is not true. But the person saying economically and socially in a worse place, that is where Dominica is, than 8 years ago. My point is, instead of a visa for non-Dominicans to come in for this at the cost of applications of $100, so I guess you have to apply $100, and visa costs $800 for the visa for single persons and $1,200 for a family. I wonder if this is EC or in US. Interesting. So if it's overseas, most likely is in US. They were talking about right there. So that is a bulk of money that would be coming in definitely if people come to do this kind of vibrations as well as mingle in society. But anyways, why would you not invest in your countrymen to have land and grow agricultural farmlands, therefore creating jobs and revenues? I remember the government was speaking about that very same situation right there, and I was applauding the government for that, because they're talking about providing incentives for farmers and agriculturalists and these individuals who deal in the agricultural sector, for the small business and business, bigger businesses in agriculture. And the important thing that they stated that I really applauded was that they stated that they will go to find the markets as well, so that the farmers would not just be producing for the local environment, but also for the external environment yet, as of this. And I think it was during that time where the government was talking about the 8 bank loans and this kind of things there, if you guys remember this correctly. And I think that was absolutely fine with me, because now you have farm markets outside that the government was going to look into. Up to now, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I haven't heard anything about that. Have you guys heard about the government going to find markets for agriculture? Please let me know in the comment box below, because I have no idea about that. Therefore, creating jobs and revenues. The person is so right. Because if the people can handle their agriculture and producing for markets, government will get taxes on that. And also the people will get monies as a result of these things. So therefore, it's a both way, apparently. But I don't think that this has happened after all. Anyways, therefore, creating jobs and revenues for your own citizens. How will this visa help Dominica citizens if the money received during Maria has not improved Dominica economically? Why will this visa revenue? How does this benefit Dominica citizens? You speak of medical and education. How do you include this in your own president and citizen? Oh, that is so important. You speak of medical and education. How do you include this if your own president and citizens that can't afford go abroad to receive medical care? I remember it was during, I think it was during a shutdown that we had in Dominica, and the very Minister of Health was in New York, I believe it was, and his wife, I think his wife had some problems or whatever, and they were in New York taking medical attention. And you are the Minister of Health, and all you in overseas taking medical attention? I'm not saying that we have everything, you know, guys. I'm not saying that we have everything, but at the same time, Magwesa, Minister of Health for how much years? And you pride in, I remember the government in the previous video, this one was talking about the institution. Let me see if I find it.
And only an hour's time, excellent health structures and infrastructure.
Excellent health structures and infrastructure. He didn't say service, you know. It's the infrastructure and the structure you're talking about. Interesting. So I guess it's a way that they word it. Because we know that the healthcare system is not good. I mean, Magwisa. Even the very prime minister was talking about during election time. I don't think it's this, the one before. He was talking about, yes, he has the ability to send his children overseas, and he can send his children overseas for medical attention. As the prime minister of the country, that is what you're saying. And then you ask the citizens, what about you? What about you? You're the prime minister of the country, and that's what you tell your citizens. It's rather interesting when it comes on to this. So this person has made a quite valid point right there. If your own president and citizens that cannot afford go abroad to receive medical care. News articles as an example. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has confirmed that his Health Minister Julius Timothy had been flown to the French island of Martinique for medical treatment after he collapsed at his office on Wednesday. Please correct me if I have stated anything incorrect or inaccurate. Guys, please tell me. I like the last statement there. Please correct me if I have stated. Please correct Mystelics if he has stated anything incorrect or inaccurate. Brothers and sisters, please leave that in the comment box below. This is pretty much all about us for this here reaction. I just thought I'd put that out there. This is a video that was created in March. Mr. Lex family actually sent this to me, and I thought this was rather interesting when it comes down to where we were in March and where we are now. It's interesting, brothers and sisters. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction video.